body. Look, mile like 3-6, pulled up, ski trip, cold winter. All my niggas eating good, I remember when we had no dinner. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra, extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. We gon' come and see about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra, extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. Find out nothing sweet about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra, extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. We gon' come and see about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra, extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. Find out nothing sweet about it. Look, mile like 3-6, pulled up, ski trip, cold winter. All my niggas eating good, I remember when we had no dinner. West side.
Yo, what's good, family? It's your boy up in the building, Demond up in the building. Can y'all hear me? I forgot to double check my mic real quick. Let me double check the mic real quick. Yo. Okay, I don't want it on the MacBook. I want this one. Yo. Mic check. There we go. Gucci. So what's good, family? It's your boy Demond up in the building, man. Y'all know what time it is. We Talk Hawks TV. We Talk Hawks Daily. Shout out to everybody who helped the channel. We finally hit 1,000 subscribers on the channel. Salute to everybody who been in the chat, who come on the show. Very grateful. I'm very grateful for all the support that we get on this channel. I don't even know what else to say, man. I'm at a loss for words, I just want to get up here, talk Hawks basketball. And I didn't think we was going to get so much support, but I appreciate it. And we're going to continue to make this channel grow. And we want to be the #1 outlet for Atlanta Hawks basketball fan content, okay? Fan content, interactive, letting fans come up here, get their thoughts out about the season, about the team, about whatever that's going on with the team. You feel me? Anything that's going on with the team, we want the fans. And that's my whole thought process behind this channel. Obviously, I don't live in Atlanta. So if it was up to me, I would be in Atlanta and I will be doing interviews like right after the game. But since I can't do that, this is the closest thing we can get as far as interviews. Just having fans come up here and voice their opinions and their thoughts. I like the channel being interactive. I'm not one of those people who I don't like to sit and listen to really a lot of podcasts because, a lot of the podcasts, you only get in one person's perspective, maybe 2, maybe 3 perspective. I want some of everybody because we all, even though we all have the same goal, end goal, which is the Hawks winning, we all got our different ways of getting there and whatnot. Shout out to That's So Hunted. Hey, man. Listen, shout out to the Heat fans, bro. Got to tip my cap to the Heat fans. They on some real shit. The Heat fans and the Raptors fans, bro. They tapped into this channel last year. Yeah, last year. They've been tapped in. That's why I always salute to the Miami Heat fans, the Heat Nation, and salute to Raptor Nation. They always tap in, man. Whether we playing them or not, they always tap in. So salute to That's So Hunted. Damn, what's my guy name? I forgot his name. Damn, he came on the show. Fuck is his name? He know who I'm talking about. Hopefully he come back. Hopefully y'all can pull it off. That's So Hunted. I'm rooting for y'all, man. I don't want the Celtics to win because if the Celtics win, that means our chances of getting Jaylen Brown is slim to none. So we need y'all, bro. I've been pulling for y'all, man. Such a heartbreak loss the other night for you guys, man. Heartbreak loss. I thought y'all had it, but yeah. Speaking of the playoffs, before we get into Hawks specific content, um, the playoffs, Eastern Conference has been way more exciting than the Western Conference. Nobody who follows basketball is really surprised that the Nuggets are in the finals. I mean, are we really surprised about that? Um, Salute to you, Ruff. Happy Memorial Day to all the Hawks fans. If y'all didn't know, I'm a veteran. I'm actually Army. Actually, I'm a retiree. You know, I did 22 years. I did 22 years in the Army before I retired in 2017. I got 6 combat deployments. So salute to all my fallen soldiers who served in all combat missions, from Civil War, War 1812, Vietnam War, any war. Salute to all my veterans who paid the ultimate sacrifice for so we can have the freedoms that we have. You feel me? Shout out. Okay. I appreciate you, Hunted. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate that. No worries, man. I enjoyed my time in the military, man. But let's be honest, guys. Who is shocked that Denver is in the finals? If you follow basketball, you shouldn't be surprised that the Denver Nuggets is in the finals. Now, what I will say was a surprise was the Lakers making it to the Western Conference Finals. I didn't think they was gonna make it. I didn't think I'm gonna keep it buck. I didn't think they was gonna get by Golden State. I didn't think they was gonna beat Memphis. But they did. That, to me, that's probably the biggest upset to me that happened in the playoffs. On the Eastern Conference side, once again, got to tip my cap to Miami. I mean, who would have thought when we beat them in the play-in that they will be one game from the finals? Like, who thought that? Like, and then when what's their guy name? Tyler Hero went down. They still found a way to win games. Gotta salute the homie Eric Spoelstra, man. Like, dude's coaching his ass off. I mean, let's be honest. They have what? Miami has really one legit like superstar you would call Jimmy Butler, or playoff Jimmy. I mean, don't get me wrong, Bam is a good player, but I mean, I don't think, to me, Bam is like not a superstar. I think Jimmy is above, but I mean, even whatever you consider Bam, after Jimmy Butler and Bam, like, unless you're a diehard Miami Heat fan, I mean, and the only reason we know the Heat is because we play them 4 times a year. So, I mean, bro, what they're doing with what they have, and it shows another thing. I know this is not a Heat channel, but it shows things like watching the Heat this season. It shows you a couple things. The main thing it shows me is the regular season, the stats really don't matter. And I know that don't make sense, but look at Miami. Miami was one of the slowest paced teams in the league, one of the worst 3-point shooting teams percentage-wise in the league. Matter of fact, I think they was worse than us percentage-wise. And then playoff time, bro, and they was what? Against Chicago, what? 9 minutes, something like that, from not even being in the playoffs, going out in the play-in. So I gotta tip my cap to Eric Spoelstra, man, in the Miami Heat player development department. That is something where I want the Hawks to I want us to establish something like that. I don't see no reason why DeAndre Hunter, Double O, AJ Griffin, Jalen Johnson should not be balling like you see these players for the Miami Heat. And, I'm not gonna call those dudes undrafted. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to slight them, but I mean, it's facts. The dudes wasn't drafted, and it's showing you what player development within the organization and the player's own determination to get better. It shows you what you can do. So when we sit here and we watch Dre Hunter come start year 5, 6, and his handle still suspect. When you look at Clint Capella, who's really added nothing offensively to his game since he's been here. You look at who else? Double O. No, I don't want to count Double O. John Collins. Well, I can't say John because John has added to his game. But y'all get my point. Y'all get my point. Why are our players not developing at the pace that the Miami Heat players have? That's the question that I think should be answered or be asked to our front office, whoever is in charge, because I don't even know who in charge in the front office no more. Cal Corver, Landry Fields, Tony, I don't know who in charge. But that's a question that should be answered to our front office. Why are our players? Dre Hunter was drafted 4 overall. Why isn't he a borderline? Why isn't he at least a fringe all-star? Okay. I think we could get the same production out of him for way cheaper money. I think we can get the same production. Well, I'm not even going to count John Collins because the owner gave him the contract. So, I mean, I can't really hate John because you offer me that money, I would have signed the contract too. But I think it's a lot of things that we can do to improve this team. Now, once again, salute to the Heat. Now let's get Hawks specific. Okay. Where should I begin? Every day I get up, man, I check Twitter, and it's always some silly trade. Let me drop the link just in case anybody want to tap in. It's always some silly trade involving the Hawks that makes sense for the other team, but never makes sense for the Atlanta Hawks. And that shows you right there, guys, that even with a Trae Young on the team, a lot of casuals, because I'm assuming these casuals who be coming up with these trade scenarios, a lot of these casuals don't respect our organization. They think we are a feeder team. Hold up. You hate Dre, but I'm not excusing Collins. What I'm saying is this, Trouble Man. And I don't hate Dre, but I'm going to tell you like this. Let me pivot a little bit and get at Trouble and Craig. What has Dre Hunter showed you, Trouble, and anybody in the chat? What has Dre Hunter showed you that says he deserved a $90 million contract a year before his contract expired? Why didn't we sit here and just let the season play out and then re-sign him? I mean, has he showed you anything that's worth $90 million? Now, let me speak on John Collins. The reason I don't get on John so hard about his money is because the general manager, Travis Slink, had him traded for a first-round pick and had him ready to go. But the owner stopped it. Let me go back again. I can go back a little more. Travis Slink, when Collins was up for his contract, when he was up for the contract extension. I see you, John. I'm going to bring you on. Let me finish this thought, and I got you, John. When Collins was up for his contract extension, right? When he was up for the contract extension, Travis made an offer. He turned it down. The owner is the one who came back and made Travis offer all that money. Travis offered him, if y'all remember, I think it was 4 years, $90 million. He offered it around December time frame, right? So I'm just, listen, let me say it like this, Trouble. Let me say it like this, Trouble and Craig. Are both of them, in my opinion, playing up to their contract? The answer is no. The answer is no. I will say this. Can we agree on that, Trouble? Dre Hunter and John Collins has not played up to their contract that they currently have. Let's bring on John and bring on the homie Craig. What's good, my guy, John? What's good, Craig? What's popping with y'all players?
What up, yo? Long time, man.
Shoot. Hey, where you been at, man? Hey, you got. Hey, listen. Hold up, Craig. Before we get, you got to take that Air Force stuff off, bro. This an army. It's an army page right here, dog.
What?
we don't do that chair force over here, dog. What's good, man?
Does, man. Shoot, man. Remote working, trying to work on this master's degree. You know.
I feel you, man. I
yeah,
feel you.
Yeah, and watching them Hawks, man. Oh, man.
Shout out John. John with the new setup.
Oh man, I'm in the garage. I'm in the garage. Just out here. Hey man, just out here trying to enjoy a little bit of this sunshine. Been waiting on it all year. You know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but one thing I want to make sure that I did from the jump, from the start, is congratulate you, Demond, on a job well done. You got 1,000 folk and you in the money.
Appreciate you,
Yeah, man.
You know, hey man, last year, even though the team didn't do like they were supposed to have done, and didn't reach the heights that we had anticipated for them, man, it was fun coming in here, fussing, arguing, and just having a good time in here after the game. And I got to get on some of the in-game situations where we were talking with each other during the game. Man, that was really fun, and I hope we can continue to do that. And I'm just glad y'all allowed the old man to come and play in the yard for a while.
Hey, man, listen, like I tell people, man, first of all, appreciate all the support, man. Like I tell everybody, man, listen, this channel is nothing without all y'all. I just start the show and just run my mouth. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell people, like, I'm not a coach, and I would consider myself no high-speed basketball guru. I'm just a fan. You feel me? And another thing is with this channel, it's hard, and even with Trae Young, it's hard. Before Trae Young, it's hard to find people to talk Atlanta Hawks basketball who are a fan of the team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I could find people who talk Hawk basketball, but they just casuals. So, like to be able to come up here with we got Craig in the building, John, everybody who be in the chat, the Heat fans who be in here, Jordan, who are Raptors, my guys, Analysts, Ticket, Matt, OG, Chauncey, and others, man. Like this channel nothing without everybody. And that's why I don't call it a podcast, because like I said, I stated earlier, man, I don't want to come up here and talk for an hour. You know what I'm saying? And you just hear my voice. Right. I want to hear everybody's opinion. That's what get us going back and forth. Even though at the end of the day, the end goal for all of us is the same. We all just got different ways on how we need to be getting there. You feel me? But the back and forth was make it fun, man. You feel me?
Yeah, you see how amped up they get, man.
Yeah, man.
They drove me to do drugs, bro. They had me in the garage doing drugs, man.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh, God. Oh yeah. They'll drive you to drink now. They'll drive you.
Yeah, they will. Yeah.
All these Atlanta teams. I mean, it was a time that the Braves were like that. Falcons still like that, and now here's the Hawks. I can't keep up with the liquor. I can't keep up with it.
Bro. Yeah, man. They'll drive you to drinking, man. Yeah. No,
what's good, Georgia Kid?
Ooh.
Going on,
Georgia Kid up in the building, man. What's good, Craig? What was on your mind? Then we go to Georgia Kid, man.
Well, you keep hearing all this about the 15th pick of the draft the Hawks got.
Right.
That they might send that player to the G League. Now, I don't know about that, man. I mean, you don't have time to be sending players to the G League, investing on a 15th pick. Now, either one or two things. It'd be best for you to just go ahead and put a trade package together or something. That's just a waste of money. That's a waste of time and money.
But this is the thing, Craig. This is the thing. Like, the first thing that I think we need to figure out, right? Shout out Xavier in the building. See, the problem is we don't know if Tony Russell gonna go in that luxury tax.
Yeah.
If he not gonna go in the tax, you're gonna take that 15th pick and trade it for who? Because we already right now, before we make any moves, we already $8 million over the luxury tax. So in my head, and I'm just looking at Tony's wrestler previous record, he's never paid the tax since he's been here. And we saw it last year when he got rid of Herter just to save some dollars. So I mean, going after the 15th pick now, somebody might be available though. Say like I said maybe a couple months ago, a Lively, the big from Duke.
From Duke, that's what they need, a rim protector.
I think a guy like him, you know. Wait, let me, I'm getting ahead of myself. You go get a Lively. That means they're gonna have to get off Capella because you can't have Lively, Capella, and Double O because Lively ain't gonna get no playing time.
Yeah,
so he'll have to go to the
2 years left on that contract, so he's movable.
I don't even know why we extended the guy from jump. That's our problem. Man, we keep doing these extensions.
4 years, $60 million, man.
We do these extensions too early, which then it ties, it handcuffs us to these players. Yeah. And now you're at the mercy of, like John Collins, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody could want to trade John, but at the end of the day, somebody got to take him. You know, are they going to take him for $25 million per? What's your thoughts on that, college kid? I mean, Georgia kid. My bad.
It's all good. I'm tired of John Collins. Honestly, I like him to move.
I can't hear you, man. Hey, speak up a little bit.
Oh, my bad. Can you hear me?
Yeah, speak a little louder. You know, we old over here, dog. We over 40, so our hearing ain't too good, man.
Yeah, man. God, I need a disability percentage. Another one get 100.
Hey,
but no.
Holla at me, Craig. You know I work for the VA.
Okay.
But no, Collins got to go. John Collins got to go at this point. And, what was the number? What is the number you think Murray's going to resign for?
Okay, man. This is my theory on Murray, man. This is the theory. Murray has all the leverage on the Hawks. Because we gave up so many assets. So we gave up a total. You gave up the unprotected pick in 25, a pick swap in 26, which we're gonna probably keep because San Antonio probably is still gonna be terrible, and unprotected in 27. Okay, if you let Murray walk, that means it's like you just took those picks and just gave them away for nothing. So Murray has all the leverage. He won't even sign an extension right now. So this is my theory. Tell me what y'all think. Let me know if I'm crazy, John. This is my theory.
Don't blame him. Don't blame him, man.
This what I would do if I was the general manager of the Hawks. In my head, I'm gonna put a number. So, and I gotta be realistic. In the market, and I'm looking at next year, somebody like Murray is probably gonna command. You're looking at around 30 to 33 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you put that number in your head. So let's go with the high. Let's go with 33. So let's say 33 over 4 is like around 125-ish, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
You go to Murray. Well, first of all, you go to Trey. Because what you need to do, you got to explain to Trey that, hey, man, this is what we think Murray worth. But it's a chance he don't want that. He want more money. If we think he worth 33 million, if he don't take it, we're going to trade him so we don't lose him for nothing. But you got to tell Trey that because your return on a Murray with an expiring contract, you're not going to get that much in return, especially you're not going to get a quality play. You may get a young player, first round pick, but you're not going to get nothing to where Trey, who going into year 6, and he trying to win. He ain't. I think he passed that old developing stuff at year 6. You see, that's why you see him at these Eastern Conference, Western Conference final game because he want to be there playing.
Yeah,
even though he's supporting his boy Porter Jr., but he still want to be playing. You explain to him, Trey, We value Murray at this. If he say no, we're gonna have to move him by the deadline so we don't lose him for nothing. I think he worth 33, according to what the market gonna set it at. Right?
Right.
You think he worth 33 million per year?
33, 35, 5 for 175. That sound kind of like it, you know.
Yeah, because I think he can max out around 40 million. We know I ain't giving him 40 million. I'm sorry,
man. Whoa.
So if you're Landry Fields,
unless this dude come out next year and be an all NBA first teamer.
Yeah.
Nah.
Now let me jump in here right quick.
Go ahead, John. Talk to us.
All right.
If you trade Murray or Murray leaves here under any circumstances within the next 5 years, you've thrown away 2 first-round draft picks. Okay?
Yeah.
You're just throwing them away because this is what the bone of contention and the problem was between Schlenk and Russell. All right? Now, in my opinion, just looking at the Eastern Conference Finals right now, just looking at that, this team needs to get way bigger than what it is. You know, this team needs to get way bigger than what it is. And like Michael Smith always is saying, is that when Murray plays against bigger people, he can't function. I saw the same thing, and I'm gonna talk about the Heat here for just a second to make my point. I saw the same thing out of doggone Butler. I saw the same thing out of Butler. Butler and Bam, they both disappeared. Game 6. It was only that Robinson that put them back in the game. Okay, shooting like he was shooting. And see, now Murray is not a good 3-point shooter. And, really looking at us, we were horrible 3-point shooters this past year. Okay? So we between a rock and a hard place, as you pointed out. We between a rock and a hard place. You got to sign Murray just to justify what you paid to get it, which may not be necessarily what it is that you need for the team.
And
well, that means Bogey got to go.
And John, that's why I said you gotta set a number in your head right now what you think this guy's worth. And make you listen, and then you make him an offer. You go to his agent, say, we think this guy's worth 33 million over 5 or 4, whatever. If his agent mess around, then you have to move him. You cannot listen. It's too
you move him, but when you do move him, you move him on a sacrifice. 2 first-round picks that you didn't have to give up if you had listened to your real general manager, the one who had the experience, the one who said this was too much to give for this man. Okay, so and Damon, now something I want to go back to something that you said back in December, and I'm going to do it by asking this question: how far away will we be from a championship or a championship run if we make that move?
What move? Getting rid of Murray?
Either way.
Okay, I'll tell you this. Keeping Murray may not get us closer to a title because Murray wasn't the issue. But what it does do, it probably gives us another 2 or 3 years of Trae Young. Because this is my theory. And that's why I said you have to speak to Trae Young if moving Murray becomes a reality. I think if we're not competing for a championship within 2 years, I think Trae Young asked for a trade. So, I'm like this. Murray is not well, let me change this. Murray is part of the issue because he gambles too much on the defensive end of the ball. Okay. It don't help that him and Trae suck defensively. And they're the 2 guards, which, y'all know the routine. They allow penetration with, forced rotation and all that jazz. But also, if you trade Murray, we're not going to be no closer to a championship than we are now. Depending, and that's why I said the biggest thing I think, in my opinion, that can help us is Jalen Johnson he need to come up 2 levels, shooting, ball handling. Okongwu being able to take over the starting center position, because then that would allow us to try shop Capella, maybe get a draft asset back that we lost in the Murray deal. You see what I'm saying? So, I think it's a whole bunch of moving parts that I got going in my head. Like domino effect. You know what I'm saying? My boy Solution in the building. What's good, my guy?
Hey, what's up, man? I see you've been breaking everything down, man. You might be the little baby GM right now for the house. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, they got an office for him.
Yes, my hey,
well, see, now me, I've been stating it, and I'm going to continue to state it. I am totally opposed to Double O being made a stump.
Oh, $20. Okay,
he is too small.
Who? Okongwu? For the center?
I got to have.
He a 5. He a 4. He a 4.
I got to have 6'10", 6'11", 7 feet.
Hey, but guess what, John? I was in a debate with on Twitter. Come to find out that Okongwu we allow less points in the paint with Okongwu in than Capella. I didn't even believe it till he showed it to me.
Yeah, because hey, you remember
he was balling against Bam now. Yeah.
Now wait a minute. You remember that at the beginning of the season, Capella was still hurt. Remember that?
Right.
His foot or his knee or whatever it looked like he was just staggering around out there. So and see that's something else that everybody got to take into consideration as to what took place this year. All right. You had Bogey completely out.
Right.
You had John Collins with 3 fingers on 1 finger.
Right.
And you had who else? It was somebody else that was ill. And Hunter
DeAndre, he out. He
usually out. Was in and out.
In and out burger.
Yeah. Then you gave up Herter, which was 12 points a game on paper. You gave up what's his name? That was 15 points on paper.
Gallinari. Then Lou Williams, who was 12 points on paper. Now, on paper, you cut 40-something points out of your offense on paper. Now, there was no guarantee they were going to do that every night and all that. But, as the averages go, you cut out a lot of offense on paper. Had you had these people healthy during the front end of the season, or in the middle of the season, we would be in a little better situation than we were at the end of the season, trying to get into the play-in. I mean, man, we were so mid, it was just ridiculous. Just like I don't think. But you know what, John? I don't think that's our issue. I think the issue was the first. Let's see, the first 7 games. We played bad teams. They was the worst teams in the league. I think I think this was a fluke. Like, I've never seen the Hawks shoot this bad from 3. We was terrible this year from 3. I think I'm gonna keep it real. I think we need to look at moving Clint Capella, getting the asset in return. You start Okongwu, because let me tell you what's about to happen. They about to extend Okongwu. He about to get an extension.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say and I'm just making up a number. Say they extend Okongwu at, let's just say, $15 million. I'm just making a number. I think it could be more though. That will have 20 on Capella. So you got $36 million tied up in a center position. What does Clint Capella? I'm gonna ask you that. This question for anybody. Is Clint Capella head above shoulders better than Okongwu? Because if the answer is no, we need to move off of it and try to regroup an asset, free up, and I think getting off Capella helps John Collins. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I got money. John Collins gonna be on this team next year.
Oh man.
Because, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why, Craig. I'm gonna tell you why. No team is taking on that money without us giving up a first round pick. Nobody gonna take that money on.
It's not even that. John would have been gone by now.
Yeah,
he would have been gone now. Someone in the upper office of management want John Collins here. Like you said, he's a yes man for the company. He was here before trade. He said he sells tickets for the Hawks.
Says the right thing.
I mean, he says the right thing. He tries to be a leader and a cheerleader. He doesn't do anything wrong. He bounced back from the PEDs. So it's like he gonna be here. If we was gonna move him, would have moved him from a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? But we got a big problem, DeMond. You know, I follow the channel even though I come on here, and the biggest issue we have is that we got 2 point guards in our backcourt.
That's the problem.
That's the issue we have.
Yeah.
And a $67 million coming off the bench guard.
You 100% correct. Solution, you 100% correct. And Solution. And it goes back to, and this is why I have no faith in ownership in the front office. Who sat there? Now tell me, this is why when I talk about the front office don't do due diligence. Before you make a trade for Murray, right? And y'all know my motto. My motto is I don't trade for stars unless they disgruntled. I want them. They want to get up out of it because it's easier to get them.
Yeah.
But who said somebody should have been like, hey guys, Trae Young wants Murray on the team. Okay, how does he fit on the team? Does it benefit us if we trade for him? Nobody sat there and said, bro, we're gonna have a small ass backcourt.
Hey, you know what is happening? As we kept following this timeline down the rabbit hole, you saw where the disconnect came with Travis is when, like you said, is when they traded Herter. When they traded her, because he was building his team.
Yeah.
And when they traded Herter, that started the downfall with Travis. Because he saw, okay, you got somebody you could have paid less. Because the thing is, if you're going to have 2 point guards, we can't be shooting from 3 the way we shoot from.
Right.
Somebody got to be pure shooters. That's why they resigned Bogey, because we can't hit threes when we needed them.
And Solution. What did they do at the All-Star break? Gave up 5 picks, 5 seconds to go get who? A 3-point shooter that we already had.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Who you talking about that we already had?
The one we
No, hold on. Now. Well, let me ask y'all this. Which move took place first? The Herter trade or the Murray acquisition?
The Murray acquisition, then the Herter.
Then they traded Herter.
Okay.
Because they wanted to get on, but listen, they only moved Herter because they wanted to get under the cap. That was
exactly.
That's it.
And that's why we back in the same situation.
The Kevin Herter move. See, people like to say, "Oh, you traded him for to keep Murray." No, they traded him because the owner wanted to save some dollars. His priority wasn't winning. He could have kept Kevin Herter.
Yep.
Well, Kevin Herter is 6'7". You could have ran him at the 2 guard.
There you go.
And then guess what else you could have did? You could have rotated. You could have ran a Herter, Murray, and then when Trae come out the game, you put in Herter because Herter was coming off the bench.
DeMond, if you did, we want to have it. What's fucked up is that we want to have this issue with Bay, because how the fuck we gonna resign Bay? We ain't got no money.
And Bay,
Bogey got all the money.
He got all the money.
Word on the street, Bay looking at around 20 million.
We ain't got it.
So now guess what about to happen, John? Now we about to be out 5 second-round picks. Or who you gonna get rid of to keep them?
Now, see, and it all goes back. Now, you just asked the question that I answered when I first came on here. Your ownership group. You asked the question, who was it that okayed this or let this go or didn't challenge this? Slink challenged this. Slink didn't want this.
Man.
Exactly. Let me tell you
Yeah,
something,
it
man.
did.
Tell me if I'm crazy, man. Tell me if
the
I'm
outcome
crazy.
was going to happen, man.
Travis Sling, let me tell y'all something. If you go back, just look at the timeline. So you had Lloyd Pierce as the coach, right?
Yeah,
Travis knew this team wasn't that good. But what does Tony Wrestler do? Have him fire Lloyd Pierce, right? Because he want to win. So you fire Lloyd Pierce. Remember, Nate McMillan didn't even want the job at first. So he takes the job. The team responds. We go on a run. Travis knew that. I'm gonna keep it a buck, y'all. Travis knew the team wasn't that good. So, but when we make that run to the conference finals, what does Tony Wrestler do? He give Collins a 5-year, $125 million extension.
He started messing everything up.
Exactly. How do we know that was? How do we know that was the owner move? One, they said it. Two, remember December. Before we still had Lloyd Pierce in December, Travis only offered Collins 4 years, $90 million.
That's right. He turned it down. Yeah.
So you don't go back and say, if I offer you 4 years, $90 million, I don't think you're worth 125 million, or I would have offered you something close to it.
Right. Because he wanted 100 million. He said he was worth 100.
Right.
John Collins
Okay.
said, I want 100.
Listen.
So then,
go ahead, John. Go ahead.
So the thing is, that's where, okay, the Rustlers know absolutely nothing about basketball.
Right.
They know absolutely nothing about basketball.
Most owners don't know the sport that they own the team.
And well, I just had to say the name and call it like I saw it. Y'all don't know nothing about basketball. You go sit over there and let the people who know something about the sport and know something about negotiating handle their business. You don't let your son, you don't let nobody else come in and interfere with what your team is doing, which obviously took place, okay? Because here, you know, looking at when all of this stuff took place with the ownership group, your son getting fast-tracked into the president spot. Landry Fields getting fast-tracked into the doggone general manager spot. You ease Slink out the way and make him a consultant to get him out of the way. And you sit up here and pull this mess here with Murray by giving away all of these trade assets in order to get this man, where your general manager balked at the idea. He said, no, we do not need this. Compounded by the fact that Slink told Rustler during the Eastern Conference Finals, don't get sold on this because we are very fortunate to be here. We are not finished making this yet. Okay?
I agree.
Didn't listen to him. Listen to his son. And you remember all of that back talking and going up the back steps that we were talking about and documenting earlier this year? See, this team is as in a bad of a situation as it was when we had the Atlanta Spirit Group, but in a different way. We in bad, man. We messed up because you got people that are not qualified sitting up here trying to make big boy moves and screwing stuff up. Because here, just like we document right here, you got so many doggone holes and so many pivot points here that if you make one mistake, you make one damn mistake and get the wrong thing or sign the wrong person, we back where we were when we gave away and canceled all those contracts and broke this team all the way down to its bare bones and drafted Trae Young.
I just want to make a point. What's so funny about this whole thing, Demond and everybody here, is that we almost had an opportunity to have Doc Rivers. That's the whole funny thing about it, because this whole year been like it's been like a damn soap opera, bro. Like, you know, Slink leaving, then, you know, you expected the team to be at least a 50-win team. And then, you know, we get a head coach in the middle of the year. We got to run with the old coaching staff. Then we in the play-in. We beat Miami, who put out the number 1 seed and went up 3-0 on damn Boston. Then they gave up 3. But the point I'm trying to make is we in a situation where a lot of other teams where we fell in the playoffs are at. We like the Lakers, they was like boom or bust. They made, Pelinka did that trade at the deadline, and they got to the Western Conference Finals, but I didn't think LeBron was gonna be able to go a whole nother finals because he was playing hurt. But we're gonna have to get better. We're gonna have to. It goes back to your statement, Damon, about Double O. We're gonna have to. We don't have any draft picks. We're gonna have to invest in the young players now. They're gonna have to get better. The playoff experience that JJ got and Double O got, they're gonna have to take that into this next year, and they're gonna have to make leaps and bounds. Okay, we're gonna now. All Hawks fans, me coming on here because I've been listening to a lot of last stuff. All Hawks fans are worried about the number. This is the number one thing. A real Hawks fan is worried about what we're gonna fucking do on defense. How are we gonna get better on defense? You made a big statement about how we were better efficiently with Double O in the paint, and he's gonna have to step it up there. Now, what we're gonna have to do with these pickup players we got, like Bruno and I forgot the other white boy we got. We got to make sure
Garrison Matthews.
Garrison Matthews. I think Garrison Matthews is manageable in a Quinn system, but we got to get somebody that we can rely on, that can come off that bench, that can be an enforcer. We need an enforcer coming off that bench. Like, even though Grant Williams made himself look like a fool, but we need a Grant Williams. We need a PJ Tucker coming. I don't know who it's going to be, but we need an enforcer coming off that bench in that second unit that when Bogdanovich come in, we got scoring and we got good defense. Because we're not going to be able to give Bay the money that he wants. So we're going to have to go out and get somebody that we can bring in here that can be a good veteran to the players. And there's some players out there. But my whole point is we're going to have to rely on Quinn instilling his system. He got his new coaches. Hopefully Trey can play a little bit more off ball. I don't know if y'all been looking at his Instagram page, but yeah, he been out at the games and he been showing like he been working on the beach and all this stuff. He do look amped up. So, behind the scenes, it looked like he's encouraged about something. So our offense has to get better. We got to be better shooters. We got to be, and the young guys got to step it up, man.
You right, man.
Well,
what's good, DB?
You got the 15th pick. You got to do something with that 15th
Demond, what's
pick.
good, man? What's going on?
What's popping, DB?
Ain't nothing, man. I'm just enjoying the convo, man. How y'all doing?
Chilling,
well,
man. Talking this Hawks basketball, man. You feel me?
Hey, Demond, but check it out, though. We got Quinn the middle of the year. They boot Doc Rivers out of there. We had Doc Rivers coaching. Now, I watched a whole podcast, I watched a whole timeline on Doc from since he was with Orlando. Then he got to Boston. Man, that dude, he has had some rough times, except for that one ring. But that would have been funny if we would have probably had the chance to put Doc Rivers on the sideline, bro.
Doc been living off that 2008.
Okay,
man. The man lost 7 games.
But
Game 7 10 times.
But I'm gonna tell you like this, Solution. I'm gonna tell you like this.
No.
Tony Wrestler, Landry Fields, Nick Wrestler, they have ruined what Travis Lee was trying to build. Travis Lee, I know people like to say he tried to build a Golden State East or whatever, but at the end of the day, like I tell people, I can't think of a trade that I can say that he lost. His information never gets leaked. We was on the right path. I think Finisher has said when Trae Young made that level 2, that second year step, you got to make moves, and I got to disagree with that because the whole point of blowing a team up and building from nothing is to build a consistent winner, right? Even Kevin Huerter said that the team wasn't ready to be a consistent winner, right? Is he right or wrong? The numbers say he right.
Yeah, he's right.
The numbers say he right.
I hope he included himself.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. The only reason I have any hope for next season, as far as us improving and getting better, is because Quinn Snyder has shown he can have a team that's top 10 offensive rated and top 10 defensive rated. He did it with Utah. They was both in the same year. So I'm hoping, piggybacking off what Solution said, that Quinn's system and his assistant coaches can get a little bit more effort from these guys on the defensive end. But I also think on the defensive side of the ball, our players, they don't believe in each other. You feel me?
You
And
can't go with that group. You got somebody's got to go, man. You can't go with that same starting five.
but Craig, we don't have we have very limited options.
Oh my God, man.
We got
Especially
limited
with DJ.
options. We know it. And like I said, I can only speak on the past of what Wrestler has done. He hasn't been in the tax.
They should have never gave
And
Bogey
he
$68
ain't
million,
gonna never be it. He ain't
man.
gonna never pay the
He
tax,
gave that
man.
man all that money.
And see,
But listen, when I complained about the Bogdanovich extension, people was telling me, "Oh, that'll make it easier to trade." I was like, "No, it's not.
Wrong.
No, it's not. You know how easy it is to trade somebody on an expiring contract. Now you may not get the return that you're looking for, because at the end of the day, expiring contract ain't nothing but a rental. So you ain't gonna get no blockbuster deal, but you'll be able to move him if you need to move it, like Tony Russell does, to get off the money.
Well,
He
yeah.
did us a favor. He even opt out.
Bogdanovich. Now this is the problem. This is the problem. You went to the damn ICU and got it. The man was hurt when you got it, and he been hurt ever since he been here. That knee that he finally got operated on this past offseason has been screwing him up ever since he been here. So you really been paying for what? 2/3 or 1/3 of a player.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. He must be fine now, because he over there playing for Serbia right now. So his knee must be fine.
So good, yeah.
Now after the NBA season where he making his money is over with, and see that man, yeah, he over there in Serbia playing with the national team in Serbia with a good reconstructed knee and $60-something million of our money in his pocket.
Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you, the worst move we have made under Tony Wrestler was getting rid of Travis Sling. That's gonna come back and haunt us.
Oh yeah.
Hey, but
What's up, DB?
That's what I didn't understand. It's like how you go from a general manager with championship history and championship experience to a person that's never been in a position before.
Right.
Like what kind of sense does that make when you're trying to build an organization? That's
because he was trying to sell tickets, man.
All he had to do was DB. This all he had to do. This is what I would do if I was the owner of the Hawks, and I got a son. I got 2 boys, right? What I would have did was made my son an assistant to Travis.
Right.
I would have been like, you gonna be basically. I would have told my son. I'd have been like, listen. You're gonna be his assistant. You're gonna be his do boy. Because I want you to learn every bit of the job, and maybe in 3 to 5 years we could talk about you really making decisions. But that's not what they did.
Well, Demond. Now you remember in December when we were talking about the fact that his son had gotten too close to Trae Young. And that they were talking all behind folk back, talking behind Nate's back and all that type of stuff. Now, I said, okay, that cannot be on this team. You can't have that on this team. Send your son to Golden State or someplace else, have him learn under them to settle that relationship. Because, see, that was beginning to fracture the team. Send your son someplace else to learn his craft as a general manager, then bring him back as a general manager once he's learned what it is that he needs to know. Because if I'm not mistaken, he was watching and quote unquote learning under Schlenk, but I guess the thing flipped because see his dad promoted him to president or whatever the heck it was. Then got Landry Fields in as general manager. the friends. You remember Matt was saying they all sat together and was talking, and they were all
Yeah, they
together
all
the
sit
time.
together. Yeah.
You know, so see that was really the breakdown and the problem with everything that was going on here. See,
And you cannot run an listen, man. You can't run an organization like that. And I hate to do. I'm gonna go back to the Miami Heat, man. When LeBron, and I know that's so 100, he a Heat fan. He could correct me if I'm wrong. That's so 100. When LeBron got to Miami, he wanted Spoelstra gone, right? Pat Riley said, "Hell no, that's not how we don't run business like that here. I'm the president. We building off of my vision."
Right.
So when you have, so now when you look at the Hawks, and you got, come on, man, Trae Young didn't get on that plane and leave Miami by himself, and nobody knew. Nick Wrestler knew that shit.
mm-hmm.
He knew it. And guess what? I bet nothing happened to Trae Young. No fine, no nothing. Now they might have did something when that little article came out, but they didn't do nothing when it happened then. So you can't run an organization like that when your players can go behind. And that's what I was saying about Travis Link. Travis saw the writing on the wall. Nate McMillan saw the writing on the wall. Remember when Nate McMillan told Trae to call the timeout, and Trae just blew his ass off and then shot some 30-footer three and bricked it?
Yeah.
You didn't see Trae come out that game, did you? Because Nate McMillan knew he had no power.
Yeah, they took all the power from Nate, man.
Yeah, I be trying to tell people that, but guess what? Guess what, though, Solution? You saw when, let me tell you something, and I tell people, you don't think these coaches talk? Coaches is a fraternity. You think Quinn Snyder didn't talk to Nate McMillan? Why do you think Quinn Snyder got an executive title added to his coaching title?
$42 million.
I want to ask you a question. Man. Do you think that Nate got all the players he wanted while he was here?
Hell no.
All right then. Okay then.
The GM a solution. The GM couldn't even get the players because Tony Rutherford was making this how you know our front office was fucked up. Name me the last time you heard an active general manager go to the team radio station and say, yeah, maybe we should bought some of these players back. He went on 92.9 the game and said that, bro.
Is that because Nate came on when they had I forgot it was after a loss. He said we need more two-way players on the team, right? And then you had, because Nate is a defensive coach, and we had too much offensive presence. We invested in too much offense. Then you had Schlick came on the radio and said the same thing you said. So there were the two people that took the fall, and they was trying to fix the team the whole time. They was trying to tell everybody.
And that's why I tell people, Travis didn't get fired, bro. He quit because he saw. I bet you money. He went and told Tony Russell, "Listen, either I'm running the show, or your son running the show. It can't be both of them because you can't build a team with multiple visions." Why you think we always come up here? We all say the same thing, man. The roster don't match. We got players that don't go together. You got 2 point guards. Why? Because you got different people with different visions making executive decisions.
Yeah.
And see, when Trae Young, just like you said, Trae Young said he wanted Murray here.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. Now,
That's right.
Trae Young, he wanted Murray here. But if your general manager says that the numbers aren't going to work, if he says that the position is not going to work at that height, if he says that this is not what I'm envisioning for you, Trae Young, you step back. Everybody step back. I'm running this. I'm going to be held responsible for this. So everybody else got to fall back.
Hey, but John, you just answered everything you just put the light bulb in the lamp. So Trae Young gonna go and tell everybody he want DeJounte Murray here. It ain't like Trae gonna say, "Oh, I want Sabonis here," or I want Cat here. You know why? Because he don't want to fuck up damn John Collins' feeling. He don't want to push the button on Capella because they already made men in their position. The only position he could say he wants something that is 2 guard, right? So why? Okay, if you gonna do that, why you gonna get another point guard?
Because
So everybody being a dummy. Everybody being a dummy.
But see, solution. See, that's what happens when you don't have real basketball executives making basketball decisions.
Exactly.
Because this is simple. If I'm the GM and Trey came to me and said, I want to go get Murray, me as a GM, and that's my star player, I'm going to sit there and break it down. Why it's not smart to get this guy.
Pat Riley would have never did it.
Yeah, no. I'd have been like this. I'd have been like, well, no. Pat Riley probably would just tell you no, we'll get the fuck out the office.
Pat Riley would say 3 first-round picks? Hell no.
But me being me, I'm going to explain to my star player why the move is bad.
Exactly.
Tony, Demond, why the move bad? I'm going to tell you, Trey. Why we going to give up 3 first-round picks for a guy and y'all play the same position,
the same position.
Exactly. You play the same position. That's 1. Okay. 2, you never go after stars unless they are made available. Because if they're not available, you have to overpay to get them. If Murray would have requested a trade out of San Antonio, you don't got to give up 3 first. But they was never going to move Murray. They was going to run him 1 more year. And then probably moved him because they wasn't gonna pay him the money.
That max, yeah.
And then put on top of that, put some ice cream on your cake. 2 of the hardest games we won this year was without who? Trey in 1 game when we beat Denver with DeJounte, and game 6 against Boston. I mean game 5 against Boston when we didn't have DeJounte. Because they both play the same position. So we can win we can win.
And guess what, solution? What's the rotation? Nate, let me tell you something. Nate, shout out Moody and RG in the building. I'm gonna tap in with y'all. Let me get this point out. Y'all know I'm old. I be forgetting shit.
I know it. I ain't sure.
Did you notice that Nate and Quinn, when it came to Trey and Murray, they had the same rotation. They would take Trey out at the 7-minute mark of the first. DeJounte finished the first. Trey come back in the second. Why? Because they play the same position.
They play the same position.
Like, no one explained that to them before they made that deal.
I mean,
like, you know what? Let me tell you something, man. You give up 3 first-round picks, G. You give up 3 first-round picks when you trying to make a move to go for a championship.
You can't look at the Miami Heat because they were pressuring Trey Young all the time. Okay, let's get a little point guard. Nah, you can't go off that.
And just to add on, you got to think 3 first-round draft picks. You talking about first NBA, second NBA type of guys. All NBA type of guys.
We gave us 3 first-round picks and to be 41 and 41.
And on top of that, if you go get a 2 guard, let him be able to play the 2 and the 3. You know, he can go in and play. He can go in and play Hunter position like Jimmy. Like Jimmy.
Yeah. Solution. Guess what? We had a guy. Kevin Huerter was 6'7".
That's it, man.
Yeah, true.
And listen, folks, I know John gonna say. I know John gonna say something. Listen to what I'm saying, John. I'm not saying Kevin Huerter was gonna be so all-star. What I'm saying is we could have ran him there instead of Murray, kept the picks. It maybe when a Kevin Durant or somebody else is disgruntled become available, we got assets to make a move. Or guess what? If we kept Kevin Huerter, you don't trade for Murray, guess what? Then it don't hurt to attach a first-round pick to get off the Collins money.
And then you got to think in this type of NBA, you just don't give up. After Huerter left, he was the top shooting 3-pointer in the league. His 3-point percentage was through the roof.
Tell me we couldn't
got more money than that dude, man.
And then guess what we did? And that's why I be telling y'all, our front office, see, they reactive, they not proactive. So once they found out they messed up with the Kevin Huerter move, let's give it 5 seconds to go get Sadiq Bey. But guess what's gonna happen? After next year, now you got to resign this guy. What? What we gonna re-sign him with? And you gotta
Hey.
extend. You gotta extend. Double
What's
O.
up?
Double, yeah.
Got it.
Hey, listen,
Me
man.
too.
What about
Hey,
AJ Griffin? You got him.
Shout out.
I'm gonna just be
What's
honest.
good,
Go ahead,
RJ?
RJ.
Moody? Y'all
Man.
come
Hey,
talk to us,
What's
man.
up,
hey,
y'all? What's
man.
happening? What's happening?
Hey, man, what's happening with y'all, man? One of the things that really jump out to me about this organization, man, it's real simple. Championships are won in the front office, man. The front office is in shambles right now,
He
man.
ain't got it.
They gonna earn their money.
The front office right now, to me, is reactionary. They make a mistake and they scrambling. They make another mistake. They scrambling. That's really all that we're doing right now, man. We are so far behind the 8 ball it don't even make sense. When it comes to the Trae Young and DeJounte Murray, like I tell people at work, dude, you can make your own decisions if you can justify it. Landry Fields, make your own decisions and justify it. You don't listen to players when it comes to personnel. Unless the player is on a Michael Jordan or LeBron James caliber, you don't listen to players when it comes to decision making for your franchise because they'll be here and you will be gone. That's facts.
And I'll tell you something else, RJ. I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna say something else to what you just said. If you go back, and I don't know how, I know some of us up here 40 and older, so we grew up with the Bulls, right? Jerry Reinsdorf never listened to Michael Jordan.
Never listened.
Ever.
Yeah.
No,
Michael Jordan be wanting to draft a whole bunch of dudes, and Jerry Reinsdorf be like, no. And then he wouldn't got Pippen because Jordan wanted some dude from North Carolina. You cannot listen to your player, bro. That's why he's the player and you the executive.
Right.
Tap in, Moody. What's good, man?
What's good with y'all, man? Y'all boys all right?
Yeah, man.
Man, hey, I've been watching this stuff.
From Dominic
I've been
getting
mad.
traded, now this.
Because I be hearing a whole bunch of BS, but like he said, I be having to defend them boys at work, but they be doing some idiotic moves. When you really think about it, you got, I want to go get DeJounte, okay. But for me, I feel like we ain't never really need DeJounte. We had a phenomenal point guard as far as Trae. Y'all know I fool with Trae to the death, so I'm fatty. But I've been watching them boys from way back when them folks had Joe, Jason Terry, all type of stuff. So, and I'm from Atlanta, Carter, Atlanta. I stay down the street. So, I know exactly where we're going, but I'm more into it now. But like I say, for me, it'd be John and Clint. We can say whatever, and I know somebody on here love Clint, and y'all be like, if you can give me 10, that ain't good enough for me. I'm sorry. For the money that we be paying, I just don't.
I'm with you though.
Like, hold on. Just hear me out. Cause see, I be hearing y'all theories, and I just be feeling like that ain't even the way. The way really would be going on. They blame Trae because Trae do a lot of indecisive things. Don't get me wrong, Trae. I hold him accountable too. When he do dumb shit, he just do dumb shit. But you can't rely on him so much, and then you got the other co-stars not doing what they need to do. How we gonna pay Dre? Dre not showing up. How we gonna pay John? John not showing up. Forget all that. Oh, one time and okay, he cool with me. John give me 20 one night and then 10 rebound. He cool. No, you gotta do that crap every night. We paying you high level players to do this. Before I say anything else, it's another thing. Isn't the league about development? So if you get to the league, John, and you was here first before everybody, why don't you have, you know what I'm saying?
Moody froze up.
Hey, but I get what he's saying though, man. John Collins really should be one of the top 2 players on our team, man. He been here.
You gotta have the opportunity, man. You gotta have the listen. Don't get me wrong. 23 million, 25 million that we pay Collins right now. We not getting that production. But I put that on the coaching staff because the coaching staff need to increase his usage. So you can see if you can get that. What are they doing to him right now? They turning him to a stretch 4. That's what they doing. That's not his game.
You've been here before Trae. If Jason Tatum and all these other cats can come in and dribble the ball and all that stuff, why you can't?
Because Moody.
Because the player development ain't there. The player development is not
and when we drafted Collins, remember at Wake Forest, Collins was a center at Wake Forest. He wasn't a ball handler
at all.
He was a center. So when he got here, when he got here, John gave us 21 and 10 from what position?
He's a
Right.
back
Some
to
of
the
five.
basket guy.
He was the main pick and roll guy with Trey.
Yeah, he's
Well,
a back to
I
the
mean the
basket.
21 and 10, excuse me, the 21 and 10, I think that was before Trey.
Well,
But
now
when
he's
Trey
a
got
pack
here,
of McDonald's cookies. So
Hey,
when he got here, he was the main pick and roll guy. So that's why I
true,
said
true,
if you
right.
get
And then
off
Clint took
Capella,
away. Yeah, Clint took away, and I respect you. Right, Clint took away from that. But then that's another thing. That's what pissed me off too. How we gonna let Clint take away and Clint not doing that thing? Clint going like a hole too. They're just being real. Clint do that little gay tap crap, man. You too tall for that. Dump on somebody.
and that
Like,
go back to my point, Moody. When I was saying earlier, when you got too many chefs, you get different ingredients that don't go together.
right.
Clint and John don't go together. So
They do
what?
not
So what did they
at
try to
all.
do? Since they couldn't trade Collins, they're like, "Yo, let's turn him into a stretch four." The problem
I
is he
peeped that move.
wasn't. He's not
I
an
peeped that
elite
move.
3-point
How
shooter
how don't they go together?
They don't.
because
What do you see what they do?
Clint Capella can't stretch the floor. He can't clear. He can't clear the paint. So on the offensive end, he's useless. You can't throw him the ball, right? People
Let me
talk
tell
about
the
Collins.
Tell the
People
truth.
talk
Hey.
about
Thank
Collins.
you.
You can't even throw Clint Capella the ball in the post.
Hey, I'm just keep it a buck, Demar.
Facts.
I'm
Facts.
gonna
cannot.
I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. Everybody that watch this channel, man, congrats on the 1,000 subscribers also, man.
Appreciate
For
y'all.
sure, for sure.
Man,
Salute.
everybody here want to see this team win a championship. And you gotta understand, like, for Boston to get to where they at right now, they invested in Tatum, right? For Denver to get to where they got, they invested in Jokic, and they put a team around those guys, right? We got an undersized fucking point guard. When I think about all the other teams that got close to winning championship, you thinking about Allen Iverson. You thinking about
Isaiah Thomas, short.
Isaiah Thomas. Then you think about what those point guards had around them to win. They had elite defense on the front court. They had the two guard could shoot the ball and play defense. The thing is, we not winning no championship with Capella. We ain't winning no championship with Capella.
You know, me and John have been saying that for a minute, man. We have been saying
I don't want another Allen Iverson. In fact, like what Demar said, right? We got 2 or 3 more years with Trey to get this shit right.
Yeah.
Bro,
Okay,
bro,
we got to the
trade, bro.
we got to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then we digress. We got Atlanta Falcons syndrome going on. 28-3 going on right now.
The problem is this. This is the problem. We got rid of Travis Sling. That's the problem. So now, if you go on Hawks Twitter, all you see the same shit every day. Hey, we need some shooters around Trey Young.
Right.
We got rid of it.
Okay, so why would you get rid of if we need shooting? Why would you get rid of Herter if you need shooting?
Hey, listen, man.
If you need shooting, why you still got Capella as your starting big?
Right.
But you need shooting.
Because they drunk the Kool-Aid.
Hey, listen, man. Me and John have been saying this for a minute, man. When you were going to run a small point guard, there's nothing wrong with running a small point guard in the NBA.
Everybody
the biggest problem is
you gotta have a 5 though. That's what's wrong. That's what's wrong with the Lakers. The Lakers would love to have Capella right now because they got AD. They got AD playing the 5.
But see, that's the thing that I'm saying about the Hawks. You gotta have the size around your star, man. If you were going to invest in Trey, if I'm a GM, I'm saying, hey, listen, this is my guy. I need to be running a 2 at 6'7", at 6'8". My power forward need to be running 6'8", 6'9". My center got to be 7 foot or bigger, because at the end of the day, man, there's a reason why there's weight classes in boxing. There's a reason why there's weight classes, man, in certain areas of sports, man, because it dominates. When you're running a smaller guy, man, you have to have the size to balance it out. Now, the skill is important too. The skill is important too, but you got to have that size to balance things.
But we underside the problem. But RJ, The
We
problem
undersized.
is we undersized. Let's see, we undersized.
Undersized and overpaid.
We undersized at the 2 guard position with Murray. We undersized at the center position.
Yep.
With Capella, 6'10", which I would say it wouldn't be too bad, but he don't have no offensive game.
He don't have no skill.
So it's like you playing 4-on-5 on the offensive side.
Yes, sir.
So we undersized. You're undersized in 2 positions.
Exactly. That's the defensive problem. It's the same thing what Brooklyn had with Embiid. Claxton couldn't check Embiid. That's why Pelinka went out and got Mo Bamba, but he was hurt the whole fucking final because they know they needed to be big right there.
And you saw the Lakers when they got traded for Mo Bamba.
But I'm gonna be real. That size matter. That size matter.
It does, man. Let me tell you something, man.
And we
if you
gotta
a
get out of that old
5'8",
school
5'9", you're gonna have a hard time beating up somebody that's about 6'5", 6'10". It's just physics.
All you gonna do
RJ, you can listen. You can have one person. You can't have 2 and 3.
Exactly, and that's my whole point, man. The Hogs really have to consider the fact that they have to get bigger at their positions. But not just bigger. You got to have guys with the skill as well, man, because you can't just be big out there.
Or you know what you can do, RJ?
You got to have skill.
If you're going to be undersized, there better be some elite shooting going on.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got to have it. You got
to be able to hit the 3 if you undersized because that's where your advantage is at.
Right.
Hey, I got a question for everybody. McCollum or Murray?
You said who?
McCollum or Murray?
Damn, that's
I'll probably go with McCullough, honestly, man.
Yeah, I might go CJ, dog. But I like Murray. I like Murray's attitude, but
I just like that shooting. I want that shooting, but
you have to remember those solutions. McCullough's trying to become a sports analyst right now. I think he's kind of done with basketball, really. I think he's on the verge of becoming
but he had a run. He had a run in Portland.
He did.
But this is the problem.
DJ Younger though.
You don't have a backup point guard.
Yeah,
we had one, John. They didn't want to pay him. You had John. We had DeLon Wright. They didn't want to pay him.
Yeah.
See, when they got now, this was me before I knew what the contractuals were as far as DeJounte Murray. I was envisioning that DeJounte Murray and Trae Young, you were going to have two groups of 5 that were going to be able to kind of interchange with one another. And you could put Murray out there, let Trae rest. You could put Trae out there, let Murray rest. But
that's what they did.
But the thing was, they put them out there together. They started together and they ended together. But it's usually go like this. It would usually Trae come out at the 7-minute mark in the first.
Right.
And then Murray switched to point guard, right? And then you start to see because Nate and Quinn did the same thing. You start to see the second unit start to come in at the end of the first, beginning of the second. Capella will come out for Conwoo. You will see Base to come in for John if John ain't got nothing going. That's what they did. The problem is this, man. This is the issue, man. This is the issue. One, we don't have elite shooting. We can't be short and not have elite shooting. Then when the bench come in, we get even shorter because now you got a Conwoo at 6 what? What's a Conwoo? 6'8"?
Yeah, he's 6'8",
6'9".
At your big, right? Dre Hunt, I don't know what Dre be at. Some he be in somebody. You got how tall is Bay? Bay 6'8"?
6'8",
yeah. He's 6'8" and hurt as usual.
So you bring in Bay for Collins, so you lost size there. Okay, and you lost help defense because Bay's a terrible defender. And like I said, bro, the problem is we got players that don't match. They don't go together because the front office. You got 4 different people making decisions, not one. We don't even know who to blame. If we say this team sucks, who we even gonna blame? You can blame Nick Wrestler. You can blame Landry Fields. You can blame Quinn Snyder because he got executive power now. Who's making the decisions? Who besides Tony Wrestler?
Well, you blame the owner because see, he was the one that created this mess. He did. Okay, because if he now I think I've told you guys about this once before, but I'm going to say it again because I don't think everybody else heard it. When the New York Giants were setting out to win a Super Bowl back in the 80s, they hired George Young, president, general manager. Wellington Mara went to George Young and said, I want a Super Bowl championship within 5 years or you fired.
They got it in 86. Sure did.
Yep. So he went out and hired Bill Parcells as head coach. Okay, Parcells, the man done told me I got to have a trophy in 5 years. Now, you didn't see Wellington Mara until the trophy ceremony. You didn't even hear nothing from him. You didn't even talk to him. You knew he owned the team, but he was way up in the owner's box, minding his business. Hey, I got a president running the team. Well, Mr. Mara, no. Talk to him. He running the team. He in charge of it. Rustler here, like I said, just like the Atlanta Spirit Group, sticking, doggone putting your spoon in the Kool-Aid, and you don't have no business. I know, as a general manager, as a president, I know how much sugar to put in here. I know how much Kool-Aid to put in here. If it don't taste right, you come see me. And that's the way it's supposed to be, But the way that this thing is right now, see, like I said earlier, they might have messed this thing up beyond repair. Because the DeJounte Murray situation, him getting paid. Sadiq Bey, him getting paid. John Collins getting too much money.
Hunter.
Yeah, Bogey.
Yeah.
Bogey getting too much doggone.
They extended Hunter. They extended Capella.
Hey.
All right. Now, all of
Get that joke.
come crash down here real soon if it doesn't work.
Hey, John.
I told you, man, 2 years. Trey Young asking if we not competing. Trey, he gonna ask for a trade in 2 years. I'm telling you.
Hey, listen. I want to piggyback off what you were saying, John, real quick. This is gonna be real quick, man. I want to say this. So check this out, man. If the Hawks right now, they got two decisions they can make. One, they can blow it up. Two, they can go ahead and start spending more money to fix it. What are we gonna do, man?
Wait, say that again,
Let me say it again.
Say it one more time.
It's two decisions. You can either blow this thing up, or you can start spending more money. And you got an owner that don't want to spend money. Because you can spend
No.
money.
Okay. I want to make this point, RJ. This is what I see that needs to change with Atlanta right now. And it's the reason why Miami has gotten as far as it has. One, like I said, what we're looking for is the two things we are most void right now. One is defense, and two is culture. So, okay, you overpaid all these players. You stuck with them. Yeah, they sell tickets. People gonna come and watch Trey and the game. I think we should model our current roster off what Boston is doing right now. Because really, right now, all Boston is doing is run like an 8-man rotation right now, basically. So the two holes we got on our team, is at the number 3 and at number 5. Why do I say that? Hunter cannot play a whole season. He's injury prone. You need to scale his minutes back. We need to see what we got in these young guys.
Thank you.
Capella, if they don't move Capella, his minutes got to decline because he can't play a whole season. Those two players are where we got to drop their minutes because we got Hope's been getting all these draft picks. We had so many draft picks.
Solution, you got a problem.
Solution. Just
You
to
got a
pick it
problem.
back
No. Let me make my point. Let me make my point. I love what they do. If you look at Mazzulla and what he's doing, and he took a lot of heat for when they was losing. He says on me, I gotta get the players better. I gotta get them to get ready to play. Robert Williams was that guy, but Robert Williams is coming off the bench now, and we know he's a better rebounder than Horford, and he's a better independent. We can't be scared to change the culture here. I know they're not gonna say. I really want Quinn to come out and say, "Hey, it's open competition right now." I really would love Quinn Snyder to say, "Hey, it's open competition. We looking for who gonna get these minutes. They're gonna earn the minutes." But Hawks ain't ready for that. They ain't ready for that. But if they can put, I like AJ. AJ is a bloodline. If they can get AJ some more minutes, and I know they're gonna give JJ some more minutes, And Double O, he got to take that center position from Capella, and
but
we
I
got to
think
accept it. Go ahead.
The
He got one problem.
hitting monster we ain't talked about is Jalen Johnson, and solution. Just to piggyback off what you were saying, player development is the only thing that's gonna get us out of this situation because the owners and the GMs they're not going to do what they're supposed to do. The only thing that's gonna get them out of this situation is the player development. If AJ can come in and do what he's supposed to do, which he's a better 3-point shooter than DeAndre Hunter, I can see him taking that role from DeAndre Hunter. And Jalen Johnson is just a hitting monster right now because he's a point forward.
We
grab the rebound and
invested
go
in it.
coast to coast.
We
That's
invested.
something John
Look.
Collins can't do.
Look
It
at
would be
okay.
great to
Look
do
at
that.
Also
okay.
a playmaker.
It's too
He's
late,
also
man.
a playmaker.
You can't scale $22.5 million.
Look.
You can't scale $22.5 million.
Look, Brogdon is Boston's 6th man off the bench. We paying Bogey to be our 6th man off the bench, right?
$17 million versus
Okay.
$12 million. You tell me.
Yeah, Bogey got to be our 6th man. Okay, Double O got to be our Robert Williams. Double O got to be our Robert Williams. He got to come in there and do his thing. All right. Like I said, that number 3 spot, we asked a lot for Hunter to do it, but he can't do it 82 games. So
Then why did they give that man $90 million? He can't be no part-time player. He already part-time. Now you're gonna make him seasonal.
So is the front office going? Are they going to be ready to make that call? That's what I'm looking for.
The answer solution. The answer is. I'm gonna tell you the answer solution.
No.
No.
And that's why
we. Tell you, I'm almost ready to put money on that. We're gonna trade.
Hey,
hey, solution. I'm almost ready to put money that they're gonna trade somebody just to get under the cap, and then they go come out and feed us with this line right here.
Oh man, that's a guarantee.
We want to get a whole year under Quinn to see where we stand. I see it happening, bro.
Hey man, that's a guarantee, man.
I see it happening. We want to give them a year under Quinn in his system, and let's see how it goes.
Well, hey, you forced now. You have no choice except to give him at least 1 year. And let me deal with something that you were saying. Culture is not purchased.
Exactly.
Culture is created.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, my guy. Yeah.
It's championship culture.
Yes.
If you don't have anybody on the coaching staff with a ring, if you don't have any players that are there with a ring, if you don't have any veterans there from other teams with a ring, you have no culture. The Atlanta Hawks have no culture. Guess what? The little culture we had, we let it go. All of the vets, like Vince Carter that was here. What's his name? Solomon Jones that was here. The little culture we had, the few enforcers that we had, your young'uns,
Lou Williams,
the coup masters, got rid of them. We going young. Yeah, we gonna create a culture here with people who have no idea how to do it. Okay, so
we don't see that the elite teams encourage next man up mentality. Derek White was ready to come in, even though he got iced when Robert Williams was on in the starting lineup. He was ready to come in and make an impact. Right? Brogdon was out the other day. The superstar stepped up. He gonna be back tonight. That's culture. We got players, man. They pout when they don't get the ball, and Trey got to get.
Solution. You know what else? You know what else we don't have. You know what else we don't have, guys? We don't even have an identity. Like, when you think of the Atlanta Hawks, what do you think of? Like we're not a defensive team. We can't shoot the three.
42, what? 41 and 41.
We are.
That's our favorite record, man. 43 and 39, 42 and 40.
We did have culture when you had Moses Malone here. Okay, we had Moses Malone here.
Moses Malone,
And,
yeah. Reggie
who else?
Fields. Yeah, Reggie Fields too,
Yeah,
man.
Reggie Fields.
Yeah, all them
You
jokers.
had
Doc Rivers,
you had
man.
that. You had it. And the Atlanta Hawks, matter of fact, see the Atlanta Hawks back in the 80s, man, this whole Eastern Conference from 1 all the way down, man, shoot, it was hell trying to get out of Mobile because everybody was good.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
hopefully,
Definitely.
I'm gonna tell you.
John
You want to establish a culture, man.
Man,
You gotta have two things.
Yeah.
You gotta have two things to establish a culture. You gotta have a coach, and you need veterans who can enforce that on the
You need the
players.
vets. You got
It's
to have
the
vets.
reason why the Heat keep giving Haslam a $1 million contract extension, and he never plays to the end of the season
Tell them.
because he
Tell
helps
'em.
hold the players accountable. He's like an extension of Eric Spoelstra when it comes to culture and accountability. Who do we have? I mean, you may hear John Collins open his mouth. John Collins might say something, but let's keep it real. Do you really think any of the players listen to John Collins?
Well, he has no championship pedigree.
Nobody
That's what I'm-
won nothing.
that's what I'm
Nobody won
saying.
nothing. Nobody won nothing here. They paid
that's-
them like they've won it. They paid them like they've won.
See,
that's
and
crazy.
the thing was, you did have a piece of that when you had Vince Carter on the floor, because it was a lot of things that Vince Carter was serving as a bridge between what's his name and the players.
Yeah, but Vince won't here, man. Vince won't here trying to win, bro. He was only here
But
because NBA TV was in Atlanta.
No, he was a teacher. Vince was
Man,
a
let me tell you, the only thing he was teaching was how to do play-by-play, man.
No,
Bruh,
I ain't gonna
let me
you
tell
get away
you how
with that.
how
No,
pathetic. Let me tell you how pathetic we was, bro.
No, sir.
I
No,
never
sir.
seen this, John. John, listen to me, John. I've never seen this in my whole life, bro. I never seen this. If y'all seen this somewhere else, let me know. Vince Carter was an active Atlanta Hawk player, not on injured reserve, but was calling the game. Do y'all remember that? Lloyd Pierce was the coach.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is Vince hurt? He wasn't even hurt. He was in a suit calling the game.
Took it with
on
Pete and
NBA
Bob
TV.
Rapp.
I'm like, why he not playing? No, what organization does Vince Carter only came here for TV opportunity?
Hey, boy, he gave the
there,
Kool-Aid.
dog.
He
Hey,
gave the Kool-Aid. He gave the Kool-Aid.
Let's find out what that was going on. What was going on with
Bro, and Lloyd
However-
Pierce let him do it.
Hey, Vince Carter, they might have gave him the night off.
No, bro, he ain't hurt.
They gave him the night off. Hey, man, go
How you gonna give a player the night off so he can go call the game he's supposed to be playing in?
You don't know what happened. Let me find out what happened. I'm gonna dig into that one.
Dig
Devon,
into
find out
it.
what's going on.
He only came, bro.
But
if
like
NBA TV or CNN was in LA, he would have went to LA. Bro. He only came here to be on TV, bro. How many games, bro? I'm gonna go look how many games he called while he
look
was
up
here in
how
Atlanta, bro.
Please.
As a Hawk player, how many games did he call?
Look at how many he played in too now.
I don't care.
No, yeah, I know you don't.
He
but
shouldn't be calling no games, bro. He need to be playing or mentoring.
That's what he was doing.
Yeah, for NBA TV.
No, that's what he was doing.
Bro, somebody tell me, have y'all ever seen that? I'm gonna go find that shit, bro. He was not even injured, dog.
Yeah,
He was calling the guy. I'm like, he's supposed. Where your uniform at?
Hey, you were working for the
Tell me
Hawks.
I'm lying. Somebody tell me. Y'all know I'm right, bro.
You're
Y'all
right,
know
man.
shit.
That joke was the Bob Raffman and Neat, man. He was right in the middle.
Yeah, I'm like, how he calling the game? And he ain't
He was
I
right
can
in the
even
middle.
deal- I can deal with if he was injured and was on injured
Demar.
reserve.
Demar,
This fool healthy calling the game, bro.
Demar, there is such a
And he
thing.
wore that ugly brown suit that he be wearing all the time.
Hey, Demar, isn't there a thing called did not play coach's decision?
Man.
Ah,
listen. Yeah, but guess what, John? Guess what? when you get a DNP, you on the bench in your sweat and you warm up and you uniform.
No,
You on the bench, bro. When you wearing a suit on the bench, that means you on injured reserve.
Trey Young got into it. Trey Young didn't even show up for the game. He wasn't suspended. He wasn't hurt. Trey Young just didn't show up to the game. Wasn't even on the bench.
Well, that's because Nate McMillan. Because Nate McMillan had no power, dog. I bet he won't. I bet Trey Young won't do that with Quinn Snyder. I bet he won't do that with Quinn Snyder. Quinn Snyder. Let me tell you something. Quinn Snyder was smart. He got executive power in his contract.
Yeah.
I bet you he don't have a problem with Trey Young.
But like I said, DNP coach's decision with Lord Pierce. Lord Pierce didn't have no power either now.
I'm gonna go find that, bro. Next time we have a show, I'm gonna have that video ready.
Right?
In the game like this, bro. He like
bring that up.
And here go Vince Carter. Hey, Craig. Hey, here go Vince Carter. Yeah, and they go Trey Young pass it to John Collins. I'm like, I said, let me go look at the injury report because I didn't see him on injured reserve.
DNP
and his ass was healthy as hell. You talk, he ain't no he a mentor.
Him and me talk about slam dunk contest.
Yeah, he a mentor if you want to go on sports commentary. That's about it. And that's another thing I'm tired of the Hawks doing. Since I'm on that topic, stop going after these over the hill players. Like when we got Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard came in, his back was already
way
up.
over the hill.
And that affects our culture. That affects our culture when we keep doing that shit, man.
Bro, that's why
it depends on who you get. It depends on who you get.
Bro.
Because see, right
when's
now,
the last time we got a star player in a prime?
Okay, right now,
the Kimbe,
the Chauncey Joseph,
and how long ago was that? Craig, I was in the army back then when we got.
Hey, but you say it depends on who you get, but at the time that didn't help us because, like DeMond said, he can't be no full-time starter. Dwight Howard was his best when he ran alongside AD in the bubble, when he had to come off the bench. When he had to be a starter for us, he wasn't worth nothing.
Hey,
man, I was at the game when they gave an all-star tribute to Dwight Howard, man.
Hey, he got benched in a play. Listen. Hey, listen. Hey, when we signed Dwight Howard, listen, I'm in the New Pack City, right? We signed Dwight Howard. Everybody's turned up, right? Now, listen. Y'all know me. I'm not from Atlanta. Right? So everybody who from Atlanta, everybody who from Atlanta that's in New Pack City, they was like, "Oh, he coming home. Yeah, he gonna turn up." Remember, he even changed his number to 8. Because he changed number to 8 because of Jesus or some shit like that, right?
Drunk the Kool-Aid.
Bro, hey, he gave the whole speech. Y'all remember Dwight Howard? So I followed Dwight Howard on Instagram when we signed him, and I'm looking, and every day he got that stupid shooting coach.
Drinking the
Dwight Howard shooting these threes and free throws. Season start, bro. Season start. Playoff time.
Well, listen, man. Here's the thing, man.
Bud bitched his ass in the playoff. Hey, I'm like, what happened? What happened to all the threes and the free throw shooting? Hey, he got bitched in the. I think it's played like maybe a couple.
Yeah, he got shoot 3 points.
Hey, guess what, John? As soon as Travis Slick got here, he traded him to Charlotte. For what's the white guy name? We got the white big from Charlotte.
Plumlee.
Miles,
it was Mason Plumlee, wasn't it?
Bro, Dwight Howard went from an MVP candidate to getting traded for Plumlee. We always go after. Stop going after these these dudes out of their prime, bro.
T-Mac, remember we had T-Mac?
Yeah. And you know what, Greg? Here go my ass. We get T-Mac right. I'm like, maybe he got something left in the tank, man. This motherfucker ain't do shit.
Hey,
we always go down to these dudes out of their prime. Stop doing it.
In the late games.
Now, is Brook Lopez out of his prime?
Hey, listen, though, we gotta stop thinking about, like, the ownership is about putting butts in seats, man. That's really all they care about. I don't really think they're really concerned about winning, man. If we keeping it real, they not really concerned with winning. They want people to buy them jerseys. Because I ain't gonna lie, I got a Vince Carter jersey in the closet right now. So, they just want people to buy them jerseys, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's like going to the car lot and buying an overpriced car. That's what they do. They hype the players up. They're like, okay, we can't sell tickets if these guys ain't got mass contracts. We got to make these players look like they somebody, right? They first round picks, and then they over. So everybody gonna come. Oh yeah, JC's a first round pick. He got paid. Hunter's a first round pick. He got paid. Capella. They got to make the product look good. They say nobody gonna come look at it, and we're a mediocre team because.
But here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Winning will always fill a stadium. I don't know why ownerships can't realize that. If your team is winning, you will always fill a stadium.
RJ, the thing
they're not dedicated to winning.
RJ, watch this, RJ. Do you think we was a winning ball club this year?
Oh hell no!
But your ass was up in that stadium.
Shit, they sold out.
Exactly.
You were still up there, won't you? And guess what? My ass down here.
Playoffs is different, bro. Hey, listen, man. Everybody knows anything can happen in the playoffs, man. I don't want to hear that. Everybody knows anything can happen in the playoffs, man.
Who was in there though?
I mean, they sold out every home game.
Wasn't even in the stands, man. People in the seats. People in that down there at the Delta Club, man.
When you got a $200 million, and when you got a $200 million point guard, and all these other people overpaid, you got people drinking the Kool-Aid, man.
Listen, man. One thing I'm gonna say this, man. If we don't win, I'll say this. If we don't win a championship with Trae Young, I'm gonna tell you this. Trae Young single-handedly, I call it. He gave the Hawks the Michael Vick effect, bro. Like
exactly.
When I go down to the game, when we come to San Antonio, and I go, bro, I've never seen so many Hawk jerseys on the road. I never seen when I go to that game in San Antonio, bro.
Wow.
A couple years ago, bro, I could count how many Hawk fans in there. It'd be like 8 of us, bro. When they came here last season, and I went in there, dog. Bro, I was like, I didn't know this many Hawk fans in Texas. You know what I'm saying?
That's why, yeah. That's why we switched out.
Put us on the map.
Thing, though.
That's why. Go ahead.
Hey, listen, man. If that's the case, though, the front office has to build around them. No, if that's the case, man, we got to build around them.
RJ, this is the thing right here, man. This is the thing. Now you got to look at it from a Tony Wrestler standpoint, right?
Yep.
All he care about at the end of the day is the bottom line.
Exactly.
When he see 40 home games out of 42 sold out, or 41, whatever the numbers is.
41.
Do you think he cares? Oh, I need to put a winner. No. Now, let us not sell tickets. Let us not get on TV. Didn't he have a problem? But I'm gonna tell you one thing like this. Teams, ownerships like the Warriors, they understand you got to spend money to make money. So they'll have a salary of $210 million because they probably making who knows how much money selling out, national TV, advertisement, winning championships, all that residual income that come with that.
And I'm gonna ask you a question, Damon. That's why a wrestler won't go in the luxury tax right there because of what you said.
Yeah. Because he say the same thing I'll go in the tax if it's for the right guy. When we gonna get the right guy, G?
If you dedicate to winning like these other people who got banners, they in the luxury tax.
Well, this is
y'all better ask
the problem also. This is the problem also. Like I said, your fans of this team have very little, if any, basketball knowledge. What is it now? The State Farm Arena has become the new Georgia Dome, where it's a fashion show. We coming down to see the halftime entertainment. We coming down to see the end of the game entertainment. If we lose the game, I'm gonna see Ludacris.
You know what, John? If you lose, you can lose the game, but you can walk out with a fresh haircut, though.
Yeah, you can go get you a doggone haircut. Now, something else too that I guess you all probably know. Now you know Tony Russell is part of that group that's developing that gulch down there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That development right across the street. Yeah, that ghost.
Yeah. Now he's developing that gulch down there. You know what I'm talking about, DeMar, right?
Yeah. I know it's that big development. Yeah. Right by the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Yeah.
Right.
That big empty railroad used to be a railroad depot. Yeah.
Well, it was where we used to tailgate when the dome was there.
That's right.
That spot where we used to tailgate where the dome was there. Now he's developing.
Yeah, people doing the bus stop down there.
Oh man, don't even start. Don't get me. But he's developing that, and he's trying to draw people down there. He's trying to draw people down there. And as long as he has these sellouts, and as long as business is good, just like y'all said, he don't care anything about how the team is going. That's why all of these old crazy moves are being made. And pure like us who want to see good basketball.
So what you do with the team?
It's all out the window.
I would just say he's doing what he does best, which is a businessman. He's running the team like a business. He's selling tickets. He's making sure that people have these concessions and these barbershops and these people. He's doing what he knows. But when it comes to the X and O's, he's okay. How much you need? Okay, let me write a check. Is he worth it? I don't know if he's worth it. I just signed a check.
The 200 million that he paying Trae Young. Hey, the 200 million that Supermax deal that Trae Young signed. I guarantee you, Trae's first 4 years in the Hawks, he probably doubled that money.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah,
merchandise, jersey sale. I know I'd have bought shit.
But I want to make a quick point, Demond. That's why we traded Luka for Trae, because Trae identifies with our city most. He goes. I agree. Luka don't identify with Atlanta like that. I don't see Luka hanging out with Mika. Luka, I'm not gonna see Luka in Magic City.
But you know what? I bet you have Luka and Murray. That's a better backcourt though, because you got
definitely
Luka. My bad. Luka don't play. He don't play point. He just act like a point. He a point.
Yeah, he act like one. Yeah.
But I mean, listen.
It's a business. It's a business.
But Trae don't even stay in Atlanta.
Like you said.
Trae don't even stay in Atlanta.
No, he out in LA training on the beach right now. But like you said, it's a model. Arthur Blank did the same thing with Michael Vick. You're right. Arthur Blank did. That's how he resurged the Falcons. When he got Michael Vick, he got everybody going to the game. And we did the same thing with Trae Young.
Yeah, Vic just did us dirty.
Yeah.
Family, hey, we about to end this tonight, man.
All right.
Hey, salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody who tapped in on the panel, man.
Congratulations.
Appreciate y'all, man. Hey,
who y'all got? Who y'all got? Come on, who y'all got in the game tonight?
I'm going for Miami because I need the Celtics to lose.
I'm going for Miami, bro. I can't stand
if
out.
You want to get if Jaylen Brown is a target, if Jaylen Brown is a target, you need the Celtics
got to go out.
They cannot win, bro.
Never let them get back to Boston. Never let them get.
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you one thing. It is nice to watch the game with no stress. Because if it was the Hawks, I'd be stressed out. Hey, I'll be on that. I'll be in that watch along stressed out, bro. Y'all know I be stressed. If y'all been to the watch along, y'all know I be stressed out on regular season games, bro. So I would be. I'm going to the back along, man. I'm out.
Hey, Devon, you about ready to take a tech for the team, bro. Can I get a technical foul?
I'm like, you ain't gonna get a tech, Quinn. Watch this. I'll be a fan and I throw something on the court and get kicked out. But like, if you ain't gonna stop the run, I'm gonna stop it. But salute to everybody, man. We appreciate y'all, man. And hey, we'll be live. What's the Monday? We'll be live back up here Wednesday, man. So make sure y'all tap in with us. You feel me?
All right, have a good one, man.
We up out of here, man. Y'all have a good Memorial Day, man.
All right, you too, brother.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
Yes, sir.